Hey, my friends. Hope you're having a beautiful day on this Wednesday. I am really excited to come on here more consistently as I've been reevaluating my relationship with social media. I'm really feeling like I want to put my energy into YouTube because here, when I post something, it can actually be substantial in providing value. And it can be creative. I can create beautiful, fun videos. So expect to see more from me as I'm committing to sharing one video a week here. So, anyways, thanks for being here. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Erin with two N's. And I'm really excited today to share a story with you that profoundly changed my life. And it's about how I went from alien to daughter of the earth. And honestly, I still feel very alien, but and I actually believe that we're all aliens. But I started out my life as an only child with divorced parents. And so I spent a lot of time secluded and feeling alone and very lonely and being very independent, taking care of myself a lot. And waking up in the morning and making myself breakfast and getting myself to school and coming home and being alone and doing my homework and just being very independent, but also very lonely in a lot of ways. And also, as you know, born into a world where there's a lot of pain, a lot of disconnection, a lot of just a lack of beauty and art and compassion and presence, all the things that my soul really, really, truly loves and desires and wants. So I felt very disconnected from people and from the earth, and I just didn't really feel like I belonged here. I didn't really feel connected to the planet. I didn't feel like into gardening, although a lot of people, my friends now, are like, "Oh, you're so connected with the plants and with herbs and all that." And I'm like, "Yeah, that was part of my upbringing and a big part of my influence through my mother mostly." But I didn't really feel super connected with the planet. And so for the majority of my life, I really resonated with being an alien. I felt like I had just been dropped here in this weird place that I didn't get, I didn't love, I didn't feel connected. And all of that really powerfully changed for me in 2019 when I went to Ireland with a group of amazing women who we did a priestess remembrance retreat. So this was all about going to Ireland, visiting the sacred sites, doing ceremony at these sacred sites, and really connecting with the ancientness of our being priestesses, our being women who are connected with the divine and connected with the earth, and doing these ceremonies and dropping into magic together. And uh, Ireland, I had never before this, I had never been out of the country really, except to like Mexico. Um, and which isn't really that much of a stretch because I live in Southern California. So I hadn't really felt super called, honestly, to go anywhere to Europe or to travel, but I had always felt really called to Ireland. And interestingly enough, I didn't learn this until later in my life, but my name, Erin, actually means Ireland. And as I went on this trip in 2019, I got to actually discover the origin of my name, what it really means, and I got to connect with the earth in an entirely new way. So I just remember driving from Dublin, like we landed in Dublin, and then we took a bus out to the countryside in County Wicklow. For you, those of you who are familiar with Ireland, it's like kind of southeast, more like the central but south area of Ireland. And driving out there to this like old, beautiful, like I don't know, cottage makes it sound small, so I don't want to say cottage. It was more like a manor. It was more like an old manor where myself and all these women were going to be staying. And Laura, who's the woman who was facilitating the retreat, and Amanda, who was also facilitating, were driving us out through the countryside to get to this manor called the Clone House. And as we're driving through the countryside, I'm just literally looking out the windows. and it's just rolling green hills. And I just started sobbing, like literally tears of joy just started pouring down my face. And it was just, I had never experienced feeling the earth in that way. It's like all of a sudden I felt my root chakra. I felt my root and the earth connected. I felt the earth in a way that I had never ever felt it before, especially living in Southern California. For those of you that know, well, I'm in San Diego specifically in Encinitas, but in San Diego, like it's a desert here essentially. All the green that's here was brought here, but the earth is very dry. It's very much of a desert climate. And my dad was also very much a desert rat who enjoys exploring like Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, all these places that are very deserty. So that was really the majority of what my experience was of planet Earth until 1 or 2 years ago, honestly. Um, and so while I was there, while I was in Ireland, I just got to experience this feeling of the earth being in its aliveness that I had never ever felt before. And it was moving to me. It changed me in a way that I just can't even really explain. I just felt it in my whole body. And it was deeply powerful. And I'll share quickly too. My name means Ireland. It's actually derived from the name Adu, which is it looks like Eru, but it's pronounced Adu. And she's the matron goddess of Ireland. She's the matron goddess of sovereignty and abundant earth. And I actually got to go to her burial place right at the center of Ireland, the sacred center where all of these different parts of clans in Ireland would gather for sacred celebrations, and called Ishnok. So I got to go there while I was there. I got to go to Eru's burial place and find the origin of my name and find out and feel my true connection and daughterhood with the earth, which just profoundly changed me. And after that, it was just a snowball effect of reconnecting with herbalism and gardening and just all these different ways in which Ireland really finally allowed me to feel like, oh, I actually do belong here on this planet. I'm not just a total alien, just dropped here by accident or randomness or whatever it was. Like I felt a belonging with the earth. And so now, as I'm still living in San Diego, still feeling this desire to be connected with the green and the trees, yet still in a desert, I am really looking for my place on earth. Like, where is it that I can feel that aliveness again? And really looking for my place on the planet. And in the US, I've been exploring Oregon and I'm visiting Colorado in a couple weeks. So my point in sharing this is that if you haven't felt your connection with the planet, perhaps there's another place on the planet that's calling you forward, or or whatever else the story brings out in you. I shared this story with a new friend over the weekend, and it really moved her and it really shifted something in her. So I just wanted to share this story with you as it's one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had of bringing me into alignment with myself, with my purpose, and with really feeling in harmony with the rhythm and the life that is our planet Gaia. So I am grateful that I had that experience. I'm grateful to share it with you. I hope that it moves you or awakens something in you. I would love to hear from you if you'd like to share in the comments what this brings up for you or anything else that came up from me sharing this story. So I love you so much. I'm going to be back sharing another video next week. I'm going to get to editing it right now. I hope you have a beautiful day. Mwah! And looking forward to sharing more moments on this channel with you. Bye.